everyone from the youngest age knows how to dance. Where in America, most of the time people are questioning a dance major, like what are you going to do with that?
UCSB dance majors can study a variety of dance styles in places such as Australia, England, South Africa, France, Italy, Chile, Ghana, New Zealand, and Israel. Some of these programs have language requirements, but most offer classes in English. Studying abroad as a dance major will expand your artistic boundaries and better prepare you for life in our global community.
My name is Rebecca Silberman. I'm a fourth-year dance and cultural anthropology major, and I studied abroad in Accra, Ghana. Dance is so much more respected in Africa as a career and as like a method of working for something on your own. Being somewhere where they appreciate dance and where they understand how important it is to move your body and to speak that language, like, was so amazing, as opposed to being here where a lot of people are like, what do you do with a dance major? Like, you know, no one really gets that. So I wouldn't have learned those things had I not gone abroad.
I'm a double in dance and communication. I studied in London. So I didn't get any credit for dancing in London, but I did take dance classes in the mornings. They had dance classes that were for professionals 5 days a week at a dance studio called The Place, which is a studio in London. It's pretty world famous. So it was really awesome to study there. I took modern classes from guest teachers that they brought in. They brought in a different teacher every week from companies like Akram Khan. So I would just get up in the mornings, go to dance, and then go to my academic classes after. It wasn't too hard to balance because I was only taking 4 classes.
While I was abroad, I had the opportunity of taking 2 West African traditional dance classes. But all of the dances, whether in the beginning class or the advanced class, have so much history attached to them. They tell you and explain to you why you're doing it. Like, this is how we call to the water god when it's the dry season, or like this is how we ask for rain. So you really feel like the movement that you're doing has a purpose, and it's not just like very technical for beauty or for aesthetic.
They don't really care if you get the combination right as long as you're doing it how you would do it. And here it's kind of more technical. And I think it's really cool to have that balance of both technique and artistry.
I was also invited to perform in a company there, which was half made up of students and half made up of like young professional dancers. So that was a really amazing experience, performing at the National Theatre at this huge space on a huge stage, and seeing how they tech and light and like rehearse was really nice. The day of the show that I did at the National Dance Theatre, they told us to get there at 7 a.m. So I woke up at like 5:30 to take the public transportation, and like got there, and like the rest of the company members literally didn't show up until like 11, and it was just the longest day ever. And in the moment I was so frustrated, because here when you have a call time or a tech time, like you have to be there on time or you get in trouble. Like you can't perform or you can't do the next show. It's like a big punishment. And there the teacher had like yelled at us the day before to make sure you're on time, and he was the one who was like 4 hours late, and it was just typical Ghana. But like the show went amazing regardless. So it just like, even in that moment where like shows and dance seem so stressful, it like all came together really well. So that's some good perspective for like any performances that I do in the future. So going abroad as a dance major is pretty difficult, because a lot of the units that we need are performance units, and a lot of the technique that we need is kind of like specific to our department. It is presented as a really challenging thing to do, but as someone that's done it, I am telling you that it is an amazing experience, and it's the type of experience that you can't get like if you don't go. Like the technique that you can get by staying is great, but the experience that you can get abroad, you can't match that. So though it's really challenging and a lot of obstacles are probably going to present themselves, it's worth the effort to go. And you will learn so much about not only the world and a different culture, but you really will learn a lot about dance and how dance is seen in another part of the world. Going abroad in general to a place so different from California, Santa Barbara was so eye-opening. Just being the minority, seeing a new place like really made me look at America differently, and it was the first time in my life that I was able to understand America from a different person's and different places' perspective, and you really aren't able to get that unless you leave. And there were other races and ethnicities, cultures in my program from UCSB and from the UC system that I was able to talk to and hear about their lives, and like that's something that I wouldn't have been able to experience had I just been here in my bubble.
If you plan carefully enough, that it's definitely doable. And this experience is worth anything and everything.
Going abroad is amazing, and I hope that you're able to experience it as well. You will not regret it.